am Babu from Marri Reddy Institute of Technology and Management. Today we are going to discuss about satellite systems in a mobile computing. It comes under a cellular systems. So today we have to discuss a satellite systems. What is meant by satellite systems? Generally, we all know about the satellite systems. What is satellite systems and all, right? Nowadays, everyone know that the satellite systems, how it works. So satellite system is a satellite communication is transporting information from one place to another place using a communication. For this, we can call it as a satellite systems to communicate from one place to another place. For communication, we are using a satellite systems, right? Now, the watching the English Premier League every weekend with your friends would have been impossible without this. So, a communication satellite is an artificial satellite that transmits the signal via a transponder by creating a channel between transmitter and the receiver. In this satellite systems, the transponder is there. Transponder is plays an important role in between the transmitter and a receiver. So this is a figure. For this we can call it as a transponder. So in this satellite systems, one is uplink and another one is downlink. Once while happening in a communication, so first it has to be going to the uplink. From that it has to be going to the satellite, and in that transponder what it does is that whatever the message or else a data, for that it has to be input multiplexer, and then it amplifier, and then output multiplexer. Input multiplexer means what? It has to be taken from the uplink, and here it has to be done in an input multiplexer, and then amplifies that, and then it goes to the output multiplexer. Then it has to be coming to the downlink to the signal. So while doing in the transmitter and a receiver, so in this one is uplink should be there, and another one is downlink should be there. And transponder, what it does is, in the transponder, while receiving the message or else receiving a message or a data, that has to be amplified by the input multiplexer, and then it amplifies, and then it goes to the output multiplexer, then it comes to the downlink. So the transponder is plays an important role in a satellite system, right? So in this, telephone is there. For example, telephone, radio, television, internet, and military applications use a satellite communications. So believe it or not, more than 2,000 artificial satellites are hurtling around in a space above your heads. So around 2,000 artificial satellites should be hurling around the space in above our heads. So next comes to the uplink. What is uplink? What is transponder? And what is a downlink? Uplink means what? Uplink means what? A ground station sends a signal up to the satellite. So uplink is what? The ground station sends a signal up to the satellite, and then it goes to the transponder. The transponder, what it does is, the satellite receives, amplifies, changes the frequency, and retransmit the signal to the downlink. So downlink means what? The downlink is the signal is sent back to the another ground station of or a user terminal. So whomever we want to send a message, so that downlink, it has to be done by the ground stations or else a user terminal. So what is the need for satellite communication? What are the needs for satellite communication and all is, we know that there are different ways to communicate, and the propagation of these waves can occur in different ways. Ground wave propagation and sky wave propagation are the two ways communication take place for a certain distance. The maximum distance covered by them is a 1500 kilometer, which was overcome by the introduction of introduction of satellite communications. So this is the need for satellite communication. And how satellite communication works is, one is uplink, another one is transponder, and another one is downlink. Earlier we have discussed about this, right? Before that, how it has to be transmit the signals, and how the satellite has to be amplifies, and how it has to be sending back to the another ground station. So the communication satellite is similar to the space mirrors that helps us bounce the signals such as radio, internet data, and a television from one side of the earth to another. So there are the three stages are involved, which explain in the working of satellite communication. These are uplink, transponders, and downlink. These three are the satellite communication stages. It has to be involved. So let's consider an example. The signal from a television. In the first stage, the signal from the television broadcast on the other side of the earth is first beamed up to the satellite from the ground station on the earth. This process is known as a uplink. So once again, I repeat this one. So let's consider an example of a signal from the television. So in this first stage, the signal from the television broadcast on the other side of the earth is beamed up to the satellite from the ground station to the earth. This process is known as a uplink. The second stage is what? The second stage involves a transponders such as radio receivers, amplifiers, and transmitters. These transponders boost the incoming signal and change its frequencies so that the outcoming signal are not altered. So depending on the incoming signals sources, the transponders vary. Depending upon the incoming signals sources, the transponders varies. And the final stage is what? The final stage involves a downlink in which the data is sent to the other end of the receiver on the earth. It is important to understand that usually there is a one uplink and a multiple downlinks. So there is one uplink and there are multiple downlinks. So this figure is the satellite systems. So here is the satellite, and here is the uplink, and here is the downlink. While sending information to the satellite, this uplink has to be sending the signals to the satellite, and in this satellite transponder, what it does, it amplifies and changes the frequency of the signal and then sent back to the downlink, right? So for that only we are saying that there is a one uplink, and in a earth ground station there are multiple types of earth grounds. So multiple types of downlink should be there, right? This is the figure of satellite systems. Here is the uplink and here is the downlink, right? So this figure is a satellite system, how the signal has to be communicated with transmitter and a receiver and a transponder. So satellite communication in India, how it is in India. So it is interesting to know that the Indian national satellite, for example, for that we can say it as a INSAT. So INSAT is means what? Indian national satellite system is one of the largest domestic communication systems that is placed in the geostationary orbit. This right? It has to be placed in a geostationary orbit. There are more than 200 transponders in the INSAT. INSAT means what? Indian national satellite system, and are used for various purposes such as a telecommunication, weather forecasting, television broadcasting, and a disaster warning, right? So we are using around 200 transponders in a satellite. For what purpose? First one is what? For a purpose of telecommunication, and next is what? Weather forecasting, And third one is what? Television broadcasting. And the fourth one is what? Disaster management or else a disaster warning. We can know that through the satellite how the disaster warning has to become, and the telecommunication and a weather forecasting and a television broadcasting by using the satellite systems. In that satellite systems, what are those? We are using a 200 transponders. We are using a 200 transponders. So we are by using that 200 transponders, we can know that we can say that the four types, or else XYZ telecommunication and military basis, and for disaster warning and television broadcasting and weather forecasting purpose, we are using a satellite systems. So these are the satellite systems whichever when we launched by the orbit, right? First satellite name is what? GSAT 30. It has to be launched in the Jan 17 of 2020. For what purpose? For a communication purpose. We launched that a GSAT 30. GSAT 30 for in the January, in the month of Jan 17, 2020, we launched the first satellite. And next one is GSAT 31. This has to be launched in the Feb 6, 2020 for again a communication purpose. And next GSAT 15 has to be launched in the month of November 11th, 2015. It has to be launched for what purpose? Communication and a navigation purpose. Then the GSAT satellite has to be launched, GSAT 10, in the month of September 12, 2029, 2012. For what purpose? Communication and a navigation purpose we are launched. And next one is INSAT 3A. INSAT 3A means what? Indian National Satellite. It has to be launched in the month of April 10, 2003 for communication and a climate and a environment. And last one is Kalpana 1. It has to be launched in the month of September 12. In September 12, 2022. For what purpose? A communication and a climate and a environment. These all are the satellite name, and these all are the launch date. And for what purpose? Application is what? Communication or else a navigation or a climate or a environment. These all are the satellite names which are launched by our Indian government. And coming to the next, so some more information about the geostationary orbits. In the satellite systems, we are having three types. One is geo, another one is MEO, and another one is LEO. Right? So, for example, this is the LEO, and next one is the MEO, and this is the geo. Geo means what? A geostationary Earth orbit. MEO means what? A medium Earth orbit. And a LEO. LEO means what? A low Earth orbit. These all are the satellite systems. So coming to the geostationary Earth orbit. So in these were some typical orbits. Apart from these, we also have orbits that addresses a particular problems. The Russian faced one such issue in a geosatellites, worked perfectly for the equatorial regions, but they had a very weak coverage near the poles. The Russian designed an orbit with a very high inclination to address this problem. The inclination is the angle between the satellite orbit and the equator. This orbit was called the Molonia orbit. The orbit had excellent coverage of the North Pole for a short time. So Molniya had a period of 24 hours, but out of that, it would be close to Earth only for 6 to 9 hours. Russia launched more satellites in the same orbit and soon had uninterrupted changes. So this is the satellite systems, and this is the world how it has to be roaming around all the satellites. Around 2000 satellites are roaming in the phase. So this is the Earth. So these all are the satellite systems, how it has to be rotating in a satellite. So satellite communication services, what are the satellite communication services are? There are two categories in which satellite communication services can be classified. First one is one-way satellite communication. And the second one is two-way satellite communication. So there are two satellite communication services. One is one-way satellite communication and another one is two-way satellite communication. What is one-way satellite communication and what is two-way satellite communication? Let's see how it has to be worked. So one-way satellite communication is in one-way satellite communication, the communication usually takes place between either one or multiple Earth stations through the help of a satellite. The communication takes place between transmitter on the first Earth satellite to the receiver, which is the second Earth satellite. The transmission of the signal is unidirectional. In the one-way satellite communication, the transmission of the signal is a unidirectional. Some common one-way satellite communications is a position location services are provided by the radio, and the second one is tracking is a part space operation services, and the third one is internet services takes place with the broadcasting satellites. This is the one-way satellite communication. So this is the earlier we seen that what is that satellite and what is the uplink and what is the downlink, and in this is the unidirectional, right? So this figure shows that from the first Earth orbit we are sending a signal from the uplink, and then the transponder has to be amplifies and change the frequencies, and then it has to be comes to the second Earth station by the downlink. So next we will get to know that two-way satellite communication. In one-way satellite communication, the signal should be in a unidirectional, right? In the two-way satellite communication, the information is exchanged between any two Earth stations. It can be said that there is a point-to-point connectivity. This signal is transmitted from first Earth station to the second Earth station such that there are two uplinks and two downlinks between the Earth station and the satellites. In two-way satellite, how it has to be works means, in this two uplinks should be there and two downlinks should be there by sending the communication, sending the signal from one Earth station to the another Earth station. In one-way satellite communication, we are having a single one uplink and one downlink should be there, and it has to be a unidirectional. In this two-way satellite communication, it should be a bidirectional. So for that, how it is means, so see here, one uplink should be there, right? One downlink should be there, and here also another uplink should be there and another downlink should be there, right? So this is the two-way satellite communication. So in this, there are two uplinks and two downlinks should be there. So advantages of satellite communication is what? The first one is the installments of circuits are easy, or else install how it has to be installing, right? So for that, circuits is easy. The elasticity of these circuits is excellent, and with the help of satellite communication, every corner of the Earth can be covered And the last one is the user fully controls the satellite communication by a network. So installations of circuits are easy. First one is installations of circuits are easy, and the second one is the elasticity of these circuits is excellent. With the help of satellite communication, we can cover whole Earth orbit. It's a single corner also. So the last one is the user fully controls the network. By the network, it has to be controlled by the satellite satellite communication. So the disadvantages of satellite system communication is what? Initial expenditure is expensive, and the second one is there are chances of blockage of frequencies, and the third one is propagation and interference. These three are the disadvantages of satellite communication. So applications of satellite communication is are what? First one is telephone, and the second one is television, and third one is digital cinema, and the fourth one is radio broadcasting, and the fifth one is radio. Earlier we are using, right, radio, and the sixth one is internet access, and the next one is military, and the next one is disaster management. These all are the applications of a satellite communication. First one is what? Telephone. Next is television, and the next is digital cinema. Earlier in the theater, we are seeing that. So earlier, while watching the movie, some reel should be there in the back side. One server room is there in that cinemas also. So from there only we are watching the cinemas. Nowadays, it has to be a digital cinema. Digital cinema means what? It has to be comes by the satellite system only, right? Next one is radio broadcasting, and the radio, and the internet access, military, and a disaster management. These all are the applications of a satellite systems. These all are the applications of what? A satellite systems or a satellite communication.